brings us to chapter 37, which is Bloodshed on the High Seas. So Volke assumes that Calisto is the one doing the attacking, and he goes to stop it. Part of the agreement that they had was that Calisto was not going to be taking on merchant ships while they were in their passage. But Calisto says, hey, Redbeard was never off the table. It was just the merchant ships that were.
And Calisto is like extra confident about having a true form manticore. By the way, love that Hellion is actual, like, I didn't realize this before, but Hellion is an albino manticore. He's not a normal manticores are actually gold. Their coat is gold. So I don't know why it took me so long and how many books, light bulb just went off in my brain that Hellion is a different variant of manticore.
Yes, very, very unique. Volke does end up agreeing to fight, essentially, reduce the chances that the third abyss is in danger or anything happens. So he's trying to make the most of his time, figures he'll take out another pirate while he's there as well. Calisto is overjoyed at getting to see Volke in action. He wants to see what this, dread form nightmare is going to end up doing. And one of the first things that Volke breaks out is his, master ability to actually target terrors. So immediately goes and puts a lot of the enemy ship into a frightened state.
What?
I know, Jevel couldn't do it, but...
Master Arcanist.
The first mate of Redbeard is a Wendigo Arcanist, and he appears and asks Volke essentially, who are you? He's really surprised to see a Nightmare Arcanist working with Calisto, and Volke just responds with, your demise.
Heart his response.
I know. It is so much bravado in it. It is great. Volke does try to create an aura. He does it incorrectly, so he ends up doubling over in pain, but it's there. He grants Fane night sight, so he uses augmentation on Fane. And the rest of the crew, so Callisto's ship, being that it's Ghostwood, the crew already has Kappa glasses, which allow them to see, through the dark, through illusion. So the crew is actually prepared to benefit from Volke's aura. As Volke is fighting with the Wendigo and the Arcanist, he ends up cutting off the Wendigo's legs. He again uses his tears, is able to get the Arcanist to lose his invisibility.
And then the Wendigo Arcanist is like, you need to surrender. Like, excuse you? You're on the wrong end of this fight here.
Yeah, that was last straw, I think, at that point. I was just hoping maybe he'll give up. Volke does end up killing them both, though, and turns and finds the main fight going on is Calisto taking on Captain Redbeard. And Captain Redbeard is a Reaper Arcanist. So very similar powers to what we saw with Devil, and we know obviously very, very dangerous.
We do want to thank everybody for listening, and we want to also remind everybody that Time Marked Warlock is going to be out for ebook and audiobook around August 20th. They'll both be released on the same day, and that is roughly 3 weeks from when this episode airs itself. So if you are interested in Shammy's other works, that is coming out. I know that there's been a lot of pushback or a lot of hype about this book. It was supposed to come out earlier this year, but hopefully with all of the setbacks that she had, it's going to be that much more amazing when we finally do get it.
Eric, Scott, and I want to thank everyone for listening today. We post a new episode every Wednesday morning at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, and 8 Pacific Standard Time. We are on all podcasting platforms and are also on YouTube as well for video. After the additional episode airs, we post chapter-by-chapter videos every day in a smaller, easier-to-digest format. We do want to give a special shout-out to the final member of our team, Dan Mackison, one of the admins for the Frith Chronicles Wiki, link listed below, and doing his best to keep everything running smoothly behind the scenes. If you want to reach out to us, you could email us at frithguildpod@gmail.com or on Facebook or any other social media by searching for Frith Guild Podcast. Just to remind everybody, we have links to everything in the description below on both the podcast and YouTube. Scott, do you have anything else you want to add this week?
No, just excited to hear more about these adventures with Zelfrey and the Marshal of the Southern Seas.
And we're actually 2 episodes away from being done with this book.
Quickly approaching.
I feel like every time we've said this the last couple books, like, oh my gosh, we're already there, but we're chugging along. So, all right, thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see you next week. The chapter title is also the name of the ship that Redbeard is captaining. Is a captain of? I don't know if captain. Sorry. I promise I can speak English.